Hello, my lovely, lovely friends. I am so excited to be here with you today because I am talking about something that no one is really talking about, which is some hard hitting money truths that I feel like have gone by the wayside with where we are right now. So here's the deal. Right now, everybody's selling you a product or a tactic or a strategy. You could do a video funnel. You could do Facebook ads that lead to a low ticket program or a product. You could create something for $27. I just saw someone labeling a weekend workshop, a 2-day event that you created in order to generate money, tactic after tactic after tactic. And those tactics and strategies are great. You need them to make money. But what people aren't telling you is that there are 4 fundamental basics to making money in your business. And if you don't understand these fundamental basics, then what you're doing is you're piling on these tactics and strategies onto a foundation that isn't secure. You don't know how to use them. You don't know what to do if the tactics and strategies don't work, and you don't know which ones are right for you in the moment, which leads to many of you coming to me and saying, Monica, I've spent $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on things in my business that just aren't working. And so today I'm going to share with you the 4 money principles that are foundational principles that no matter where you are in business, whether you're a beginner or you're more advanced, you need to know these. And this is going to help you put all the puzzle pieces together of which tactics, which strategies to do to start generating consistent revenue in your business. Now, remember, principle number 4 is the most, I think, important one. So stay with me here. We're going to be building as we get through 1 through 4. And just a quick reminder, I really want to invite you to leave me a comment. Because I don't know about you, but doing these videos can be incredibly lonely. And I love to hear what is popping for you as I'm moving through this training. And of course, if there are any questions, if there are ideas, things that you want me to speak about further in the future, please let me know in the comments below. And even if you're watching the replay, because I will come back and answer your questions and answer your comments. All right, let's get into principle number 1. Money loves conversations. What am I talking about here? All right, let's say you look in your bank account and you're like, oh, there's just not enough in my bank account. For many of us, that is too often of an occurrence. Now, what we tend to go to when that happens is just doing more, right? So we might organize our desk, we might go through our emails, we might decide to work on a free gift or build a workshop or do an outline for a talk that we want to do. We just do more. And what that does is nothing for our bank account, my friends. What it does do is increase your stress levels, increase your exhaustion, increase your bitterness, which actually ends up having you be more and more unhappy. And this is a very vicious cycle, is that entrepreneurs are coming to me all the time and they're like, Monica, I'm doing more, I'm posting more, I'm out there more, I'm more, and it's not working. It's not ending up in money in my bank account. So we need to simplify, simplify, simplify. And this is something that I remind myself about all the time, even now that I've had a 7-figure business for the last 10 years. And that is this: there's only one way to move money into your bank account. There's only one way. And that one way is to ask for money. And I don't mean ask for money from your friends or your family. I mean, that would be great if they give it to you. But what I mean is ask for money in a sales conversation. And that could be a one-on-one sales conversation, or that could be a one-to-many offer that you are making in front of a group for a speaking event or a video series, a workshop that you're doing, etc. So if you get to a Friday in your business and you have not asked anyone for money that week, for all intensive purposes, your business was closed that week from the perspective of revenue. I really want you to take that in. because we all do it, including myself in this, my friends. You just get busy, right? And your busyness includes, doing videos or writing newsletters or creating your free gift or updating your website or organizing your business cards. And then before you know it, you have not made any offers that week. And then you look at your bank account and you wonder what's going on. So, my invitation to you, right, when it comes to money loves conversations, is that every week you are having at least 3 sales conversations or making at least 3 offers, especially if you are in the build up phase of your business where you're trying to build up to, a consistent 10 to 15 clients. That is how you're going to do it, is you're consistently making at least 3 offers a week. Let's look at money loves attention. This is principle number 2. And again, these are so amazingly foundational, but when you fall back into them, it changes everything. So when I say that money loves attention, what you're going to be looking at is your numbers. So I just invited you to do 3 sales conversations a week, right? That's what number that you're looking at. A bigger number that I want you to start tracking is how much revenue are you bringing in each day? So my invitation to you is to start revenue tracking. So get a piece of paper, right? And this is what it looks like. I'm going to show you my revenue tracking magnet here. You can just do this on a piece of paper. If you want one of these magnets, come join us at the big comeback event. Sign up for a VIP, and we'll send one of these to you. And on these revenue tracking magnet, your revenue tracking sheet, you're going to create this. You're going to number it 1 through 31. This stands for the days of the month. At the top of the sheet, you're going to put your money goal. My bold money goal is for the next 90 days. So my bold money goal for the next 90 days, you're going to put the month and then the due date. Then you want to write an inspirational phrase up top. Then every time money comes in, you're going to mark it next to the day of the month. So if it's the 5th of the month, right, you're going to put $500 next to the number 5. If that money comes in, if it's the 7th of the month and $200 comes in, you're going to put $200 next to the number 7. Now, what that's going to do, then you're going to add it up, right? Every day you're going to tally it up so that you know exactly how much money is coming in. You're adding it up as the money's coming in. You're adding it up as the money's coming in. And you know how far away you are from your bold money goal. Now, what that does is it puts your attention on generating revenue. It puts your attention on exactly where it needs to be. And money loves attention. The other thing I want you to start thinking about is another number that you are tracking, and that is your conversion rates. Your conversion rate is how many conversations do you need to have in order to convert one client? So I would start with just assuming that for most of you, your conversion rate is 1 out of 3. So if you have 3 conversations over the course of a week, then you're converting one person to be a client, which is why that is your goal, is that you're intending for 3 conversations a week and converting one person to be a client. Now, for some of you, your conversion rate is going to be lower right now. So it might be that you need 5 conversations in order to convert one client, and that's completely okay. Wherever you are, I just want you to keep track of that. And what that's going to do for you is stop you from making yourself wrong about sales conversations. For many of you, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 sales conversations. Everybody's saying no. You're making yourself wrong. You're thinking it's not working. Your confidence starts to go down. You don't put yourself out there, and then it's just another vicious cycle. But once you understand your conversion rate and you know, oh, it takes 4 conversations for me to get 1 yes, then every time you get a no, it's like, oh, I'm just getting closer to a yes. Say that again. Every time you get a no, you're just getting closer to a yes. So, summarizing this piece here, right? Money loves attention. And what I mean by that is there's lots of things that I teach people to track in my program. Tracking, one of the things I love about tracking numbers and looking at your money is it takes you from an emotional business management place, which is I'm not good enough. This isn't working for me. I don't know business. This isn't going to help me, to a really number centered place where you know if you're not making enough money, then it's probably because you don't have enough sales conversations. And if you don't have enough sales conversations, then you need to know your conversion rate. If your conversion rate is 1 out of 5 and you need a new client, then you need to get 5 more sales conversations. And it takes you into strategic business management and out of that emotional place. So from the purposes of what we're talking about in this particular video, I want you to start revenue tracking, right? Creating your revenue tracker. You just do it on a piece of paper, no big deal. And I want you to start looking at your conversion rate and tracking your conversion rate. All right, let's move into number 3. Money loves specificity. Now, here's what I mean by this. Everything that I'm telling you to do in some respects is a pain in the ass. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful to my own teachings or to money. It's just that whatever is unfamiliar to us is uncomfortable. And what is uncomfortable raises our stress levels, it raises our anxiety, and we don't want to do it. So, one of the ways that you can sort of create intrinsic motivation for yourself is to understand, why do you want more money? So I was talking to a client, and she's actually doing very well in her business. She's making consistently around $350,000 a year, and she's doing it, with the right amount of work and the right amount of effort and energy for her balance. And so she was kind of at a place where she's like, I'm not motivated to make more, but she kind of wanted to make more. And this is where I said, okay, money loves specificity. So what I asked her was, what do you want the money for? And what we came up with was that she wanted to remodel her house, and redesign her kitchen. She wanted to travel more. She wanted to get more support, like maybe somebody to help her come cook her food, moving her cleaning lady from once every other week to every week. And what I had her do was specifically go and figure out, how much was that going to cost? How much was it going to cost to have the cleaning lady come every week? How much was it going to cost to hire a personal chef every week? How much was it going to cost to do the redesign? She went and talked to the contractor. She went and talked to the designer. And then we added that up for the course of the year. And if she wanted to do all of that, it was going to cost her in the ballpark, total, with the remodel, it was going to cost her about $500,000. But when we broke it into how much she needed to pay yearly, that was about an extra $150,000. And then she was motivated to start looking at ways to generate more money again, because she knew exactly where the money was landing. And that is what is important. So for yourselves, if you're feeling like either you're not motivated by money, or if you're feeling like, you know what, I don't really feel like money is my thing, or if you're feeling like you can't get yourself to do the hard stuff, the key is to make a list of what you specifically want. And for some of you, that might mean adventures, right? For some of you, it might mean material things. For some of you, it might be things that you want for your family. For some of you, you might be thinking long term, like, I want retirement. I want to be able to retire earlier. I want to put money into savings, whatever inspires you. And I really encourage you to put price tags on everything. Go find out how much that beach house costs. Go find out how much that new car costs. If you want to go on that yoga vacation, go find out how much it's going to cost you. Make a list of those things. Make a list of how much it's going to cost. Put it up and let that be your visual and intrinsic motivation for yourself. And principle number 4, I think this one is the most important one. Isolation is the enemy of wealth. When we are trying to generate more money alone, what tends to happen is that we go into what I call the entrepreneurial quitting cycle. And the quitting cycle looks like this. No matter how much you love your business, every 60 to 90 days, it just feels like it is too hard to go on. Anyone here relate to this? um, it feels like even if you've been super successful, that you just want to throw the business out. And that's because when we're operating alone, that we just have these cycles of wanting to quit. And if you are alone, when that cycle comes up, it can feel really scary and you can make decisions that you might regret. I've had clients who have had major regrets about making decisions when they were in the quitting cycle that actually weren't in service of their business. They were just emotional at that moment. So we need community. I mean, that's just one reason we need community, is because there are going to be moments in which you want to quit, where you need your entrepreneurial community to pull you back forward. The other reason you need your community is because just about everything I talked about on this page is going to bring up some amount of discomfort. It's unfamiliar. It may bring up money triggers. It may bring up emotions for you. And if that's happening, you need to be able to go into your community and be inspired by other people that are doing it, or even be able to ask questions. So there's a couple ways that you can build community. The first is make sure you have your Fabulous Five. And your Fabulous Five is 5 entrepreneurs that are supporting you in your entrepreneurial journey. And I mean really specifically here, 5 people whose names you have down. You have their phone numbers, you can text them, you can call them at any time, and they will support you in your journey. So if you don't have your Fabulous Five, I invite you to start building that now. The second thing is, this is one of the reasons that we have business programs. So, for example, I have the Rise Business Academy, and a core fundamental of the Rise Business Academy is the community. It's building a community where people can have a shared experience and where they can have an environment to ask questions, both to me, to my coaches, and to each other, and share and get support from the community, so that you're not doing this alone. Because ultimately, what tends to happen for so many of us is, if you're doing this alone, the moment that you hit a speed bump, whether it's a disappointment or a client backs out or a contract doesn't get signed or the money that you thought was going to come in doesn't come in, the moment you hit a speed bump, you want to quit, or you make a decision that's not in the best interest of you or your business. And having the community allows you to stay with it, stay inspired, to have a place to ask questions to. So if you don't have an entrepreneurial community, I really invite you to create one and to come and be active in one. Even this group that you're watching this in is a community that we can inspire each other and share, because isolation is truly the enemy of wealth. All right, I'm going to go through our pillars one more time, right? So money loves conversations. Remember, there's only one way to move money into your bank account, and that is through making an offer, having a sales conversation, one-to-one or one-to-many. And you want to be aiming for at least 3 a week. Number 2, money loves attention. So if you're somebody that feels like you're in a rut, or you feel like you really should be making more money, chances are you're not actually paying attention to your numbers. You might be doing all the things, updating your website, making a free gift, but you're not paying attention to your numbers. So my invitation to you, start revenue tracking and start really paying attention to your conversion rates and getting more sales conversations into your calendar. Number 3, money loves specificity. So this is about you getting really specific with, what do you want to spend your money on and how much does it cost? This is going to up your motivation, your inspiration, especially for those of you that don't feel like you're motivated by money, or for those of you that feel like you can't seem to find the motivation to do the hard things in your business. I want you to really start to focus in on the things that you're going to spend your money on. And finally, number 4, isolation is the enemy of wealth. Make sure that you have your Fabulous Five, that you're part of an entrepreneurial community. And if you're interested in learning more about our Rise Business Academy community, please let us know. You can leave us a comment below or email us at support@revenuebreakthrough.com, and we're happy to tell you more. All right, my friends, these basic fundamental principles are so important to remember no matter what you're doing in your business, no matter how far you are in your business. Just this week, I reminded myself of all of these. I started really honing in on my revenue tracking, honing in on my business numbers, looking at my expenses, looking at my profit, looking at my margins, really honing in on the number of conversations we wanted to come in each week. And again, even I, as a 7-figure business owner, can get distracted with other things and that we forget these core principles of making money. So, with that, my invitation to you, as always, is go out, make tons of money, and make this world a better place. And of course, leave me a comment. Let me know what you got from this training, even if you're watching the replay. And let me know if there's any topics that you want me to cover in the future. Mwah. Have an amazing rest of your week.